Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our presentation on a comprehensive overview of special education assessment. Today, we'll be exploring the key processes involved, the legal frameworks that guide our work, the tools we use, the challenges we encounter, and best practices to ensure effective support for our students. I'm excited to take you through this important topic that plays a crucial role in fostering inclusive and supportive educational environments. Let's dive in. Special education assessment is essentially a structured way of evaluating students who have disabilities to better understand their educational needs. These assessments play a vital role because they inform the creation of individualized education plans, or IEPs, which are customized to provide the right support and resources for each student. The main goal here is to make sure every student gets the educational services that suit their unique learning challenges, as well as their strengths. By identifying these specific needs through assessment, educators can more effectively support and enhance each student's learning experience. There are two main types of assessments that we use to understand a student's learning and needs: formal and informal assessments. Formal assessments are standardized tests and evaluations, like cognitive and achievement tests. These are structured tools that provide objective, quantifiable data, which is often crucial for making eligibility decisions. On the other hand, informal assessments are more flexible and qualitative. They include observations, interviews with students and parents, work samples, and checklists. Informal assessments give us a richer, more contextual view of a student's abilities by capturing insights that numbers alone might miss. Both types play important roles in creating a comprehensive picture. When we look at the legal and ethical framework guiding education for students with disabilities, several key laws stand out. First is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. This law guarantees that every student has a right to a free and appropriate public education. It also includes important procedural safeguards to protect the rights of students and their families, and it requires that evaluations be conducted promptly and thoroughly to identify student specific needs. Next, we have the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, which plays a critical role by prohibiting discrimination and ensuring equal access in all educational settings. Together, these laws shape how assessments must be carried out. Assessments are required to be non-discriminatory and comprehensive, meaning they should fairly evaluate all students without bias and consider the whole child. Ultimately, these assessments are tools to provide equitable education, supporting every student's opportunity to succeed. The assessment process begins with a referral, which is usually initiated by parents, teachers, or other professionals who have concerns about a student's progress. Next comes the evaluation stage, where various assessments are conducted to collect information on the student's cognitive abilities, academic skills, behavior, and overall development. After gathering this data, a multidisciplinary team reviews the results to determine if the student qualifies for special education services during the eligibility determination phase. Finally, reassessment occurs periodically to monitor the student's progress and make any necessary adjustments to their services, ensuring ongoing support tailored to their evolving needs. When we look at the roles of the multidisciplinary team, each member brings a unique and essential perspective. Educators provide classroom-based observations and data on academic performance, which helps us understand how the student is functioning in their everyday learning environment. Psychologists contribute by administering cognitive and psychological assessments. These assessments are crucial because they reveal any learning barriers that might not be immediately visible. Therapists focus on evaluating specific functional needs that could affect the student's education, such as physical or speech-related challenges. Lastly, parents offer invaluable input about the student's history, strengths, and challenges. Their insights give us a fuller picture of the student beyond the classroom, allowing us to create more effective, personalized support plans. When assessing students, we rely on a variety of tools and techniques to get a comprehensive understanding. First, standardized tests are essential because they measure cognitive abilities, academic skills, and processing in a consistent way. These tests provide objective data that help identify strengths and areas needing support. Next, behavior checklists and rating scales are invaluable as they allow us to capture observations from different settings, giving a broader picture of the student's behavior across environments. Observational methods are another key tool. By conducting both structured and naturalistic observations, we can see firsthand how students interact and behave during learning activities. which can't always be captured through tests alone. Finally, interviews offer deeper qualitative insights. Talking directly with students, their families, and teachers helps us understand experiences and perspectives that numbers and checklists may miss. Together, these tools create a well-rounded assessment process. When we look at the challenges in special education assessment, one major issue is cultural biases. Many standardized tools are designed based on specific cultural or linguistic backgrounds, which means they may not accurately reflect the experiences or abilities of students from diverse backgrounds. This can lead to misinterpretations or unfair assessments. Another significant challenge is resource limitations. Evaluations require time, qualified staff, and sufficient funding, but often these resources are limited. This can impact how thorough and comprehensive the assessment process is, potentially affecting the identification and support of the student. Communication challenges also play a crucial role. Differences in language and difficulties in cooperation between all parties involved can make it hard to gather accurate and complete information, which is essential for an effective assessment. Addressing these challenges is critical. If we want assessments to be fair and equitable for all students, we need to actively work on overcoming these barriers to ensure each child receives the support they deserve. When it comes to best practices, there are a few key strategies we should focus on. First, using multiple assessment methods is crucial. This approach gives us a well-rounded and comprehensive understanding, rather than relying on just one measure. Next, cultural and linguistic responsiveness is essential. We need to adapt our tools to fit diverse backgrounds and bring in interpreters when necessary to ensure everyone's voice is heard accurately. Family engagement also plays a big role. Actively involving families helps us collect rich, contextual information that might otherwise be missed. Finally, providing ongoing training for assessors ensures they stay up to date on legal, ethical, and technical skills. Together, these practices enhance the accuracy, inclusiveness, and overall relevance of our educational assessments. Here we have a case study that walks us through the SPED assessment process. It begins with a 9-year-old student who was referred for evaluation because the teacher noticed some struggles with academic progress. When the formal testing was done, it revealed that the student's reading skills were below grade level, and there were also processing challenges affecting learning. Alongside this, informal observations and interviews with the parents gave us important context, showing differences in language exposure that could be influencing the student's development. Bringing all this information together, the multidisciplinary team met and determined that the student was eligible for specialized reading instruction. Following this, they developed an individualized education program focused specifically on improving phonemic awareness and building vocabulary, tailored to meet the student's unique needs. This case really illustrates how thorough assessment and collaboration lead to targeted support that can make a real difference. To wrap up, let's emphasize why SPED assessment is so important. It helps us clearly identify the unique needs of each student, which is crucial for creating effective individualized education programs, or IEPs. When conducting assessments, it's key to use a variety of methods that comply with legal standards, involve a multidisciplinary team, and proactively address any challenges that might come up. By applying best practices throughout this process, we can ensure assessments are both accurate and fair, ultimately benefiting the students. Finally, I encourage everyone to ask questions and engage in further discussion to deepen our collective understanding of these vital procedures.